This is LOA Recon with Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we explore the ins and outs of conscious creation to manifest our favorite dreams come true. Let's have some fun together. Welcome and thank you for joining me for another episode. Our topic today is inspired by my own personal recent experience. So I really just wanted to create a reminder that the next time we're doing something that isn't flowing nicely or isn't unfolding in a pleasant, enjoyable way, it's worth remembering that if it's not coming together easily, that likely means we're not lined up for it. It's probably a sign that our vibration is off somehow, and we should treat that, the evidence of the hiccups or the things that are going sideways on us, treat it like a yellow flashing light saying, check yourself before proceeding. That's a good time to walk away from whatever we're struggling with or starting to get irritated about, and instead go where it feels better, wherever we feel drawn. Because forcing it doesn't usually lead to positive outcomes. Yeah, here's how I know. So the other day, the dishwasher wouldn't start when I started it. I said to Chad, this dishwasher won't start. He came up, he took a look at it, he got it to start. So I thought, okay, maybe it's nothing. And then the next time I went to run it, it wouldn't start again. I said, it's not running again. And he jumped up like, how dare it? Because he had fixed it. So he got it running again. But it seemed to me that the dishwasher was maybe wanting to let me know that her time was up. It could be. Chad sent me a link to a control board. It was the piece I needed to order in order to fix what was likely the issue. But you know what? When I moved into this house, I kind of felt like maybe this dishwasher didn't seem all that new, that maybe I'd be replacing her soon. And it's been several years. I don't know how long dishwashers are supposed to last. I don't know how old she actually is. But I wasn't positive that the repair was the right way to go with it. So I asked him, and he said, it's up to you. He said it's $200 for a control board or $400 for a new dishwasher. So I went online I searched with the question, should you repair or replace? I read several opinions. Basically, they're saying depends on how old it is and how much the repair is, yada, yada, this, that, and the other. And I came to the conclusion that I'm not going to spend 50% of the purchase price when who knows how much more time that'll buy me. So I decided I needed a new dishwasher, and I could not find a $400 dishwasher that I wanted to own. I don't know what he was talking about, $400 dishwasher. So that meant my math was off in my calculations. I rethought it all over again, but I still concluded, yeah, you're going to want to replace this. That's what felt better. But I didn't know with which brand or what kind, so I did more homework. And I'm like, have you heard before how there's two styles? One is satisficing and the other is maximizing. I think those are the two labels for it. Yeah, I'm not a satisficer. I'm a maximizer. I want to make sure I'm getting the very best, making the best decision in all the ways that matter. Yeah, so did some more homework, read a bunch of reviews. And finally I narrowed it down to 2, and then I narrowed it down to 1. And then there were 2 different models I was considering of that brand. And after I did some looking, I narrowed that down. Okay, so now I know which one that I want, but where to get it. More homework. Oh, yeah. And I finally found what I wanted at a great price at Home Depot. Except when I went to order it online, because I was just going to order it, maybe have Chad pick it up on his way home from work one day. Except they don't have any in store. I could not find a store where they had one in stock. So I finally called so they could just tell me and I could stop checking stores around me. I called and I was on hold for a while till I got a person. They needed to transfer me. They transferred me to a person who said, yeah, they don't actually carry appliances in the store. If I'm ordering an appliance, there isn't going to be a store that has it in stock. Instead, they will mail it to you directly, no fee, no shipping, so that's fine, but that's going to take some time. That's all right. I decide I'm going to do it. So I go fill out their form. I'm making sure I got the right one. I send it to Chad, make sure this will fit, this will work, it looks good to him. I go to order it, and it says, no returns. I'm like, what do you mean no returns? So then I'm like double, triple checking, make sure this is for sure going to work. Ay. And that just felt a little like, really, no returns? That didn't start to feel so fabulous to me. I kind of want a safety net in case I make a mistake. I have made mistakes in ordering things online before. I wouldn't want to make this mistake. This would be an expensive one. Oh, I was like, really? No returns? And then in another part on the page, it said, here's their return policy. Like, refunds are easy. So I was like, maybe this is just wrong. So I call again and I hold until I get a person who's got to transfer me to a department. But I ring back to that person like 3 times before she finally gets someone that I need to talk to who's familiar with their return policy for online appliance orders on the line. And that person tells me, yeah, no, it's legit. They can't offer returns for online purchases because it's through some different system. He said, when you do the .com, it's something else. They don't do returns on that. He said, if you come in the store and you were to buy and we mail it to you, then yes, we could do a return that way. And I said, well, do I have to come in the store or could you just do that for me over the phone right now? He said, I'd be happy to do that for you over the phone right now. So he started to do that for me over the phone right now, except and it took a minute because he's asking me the model number and I got to make sure I got the right one. So I'm, being super careful. This is taking a while. I'm hours into this project. Hours. Can you feel my vibe? But I'm ready to place an order. I'm almost done. Almost home free with my part. Chad's going to do the installation part, but this is my part because I'm the homeowner. This is my decision. It's my project. I'll turn it over to him once it's here, but this is my stuff. But I'm almost done. All right. And then the guy tells me he's confirming the order and he says this, that, and the other all sounds good. And then he said for delivery and he's added an extra 4 or 5 days for delivery. 4 or 5 more days. I was already waiting a while, and now I got to wait 4 or 5 more days. Look, in my first house, I didn't have a dishwasher, and I was happy to do dishes by hand for every meal. I was happy to. Then when I moved to a house with a dishwasher, I just feel like I've washed all the dishes I ever need to wash in my entire lifetime. I wasn't really looking forward to hand washing dishes. So when he said 4 or 5 more days, I was like, I got to think about it now because Lowe's had one, another store in town had one in stock, was a little more money, not quite $100, but almost $100 more. And I had to ask myself, is it worth it to pay more to have this done sooner or to wait on it? Because who knows, who knows how long. If you just go buy it in person, So I said to him, I'm not sure now. You know what I knew in that moment? That this project was no longer... I should not be working on this anymore. The signs were so strong that I was not in alignment for a smooth, easy conclusion of this project. And he said, look, he was really nice about it. He wasn't mad or irritated or anything. And I said, yeah, I need to hang up. So I did not order it. Because I knew what I needed to do was take a break from this. Nothing good was going to happen with the vibration I had worked myself into. It wasn't going to go. And even if I'd placed an order or even if I had decided to go buy it in person, something else kinky, because that's all this was. Kinky, kinky, kinky. It was not smooth. So I decided to let myself off the hook for handling it. And I asked myself, what feels better? Because I really did want to get that handled, but it was not getting handled. So I asked myself what felt better, and it was just an undeniable answer. I just wanted to sit down with a book that I've been meaning to finish. So I sat down with the kittens. I sat in the kitten room with a book that I've been enjoying and been meaning to finish forever. Because I really got more books I'm looking forward to too, but I don't want to start new ones until I finish this one. So I sat down with the kittens, already feeling better, and that's when I got a text that it was getting handled for me. Chad texted and he had an idea and I said, yes, this is yours now. Thank you. And part of me was like, why couldn't it have started like this? Well, he couldn't text me while I was in frustration. He couldn't text me to make it easier for me until I had relaxed. That's why it took so long, because it took so long for me to be willing to let all this efforting go, all this frustration, all this struggle, all this, gotta make it happen. So what I'm talking about here, this concept in vibration management is about being willing to walk through life lighter, knowing that it doesn't serve us to push or to effort or to force things into place when we're not lined up with what we want. So when you find yourself doing that, maybe ask yourself, okay, if your alignment isn't here, where is it? What would be easier? What is calling you? What feels better? because it's going to serve everyone better when you shift your vibration. Abraham tells us this all the time. Unhappy journeys don't have happy endings. And I know some of you are probably thinking, yeah, but you know what? Sometimes there are things there like so important. It's crucial. It's high stakes. You can't leave it until you feel like it. You know what I would say? That is when it's even more important to stop that forcing action routine and instead engage the alignment routine. You know, that's just like the way they say, if you think you don't have time to meditate for 30 minutes every day, then you need to meditate for an hour. It's the ones who are really caught up in their story of, I must do this hard thing right now, even though it's not going smoothly, I must finish it, that especially benefit from this practice. I'm raising my hand right there. That was me just the other day. And you know, it's not that hard for us to get lined up, but it does require that we stop struggling in order to do so. You cannot be in alignment and struggle at the same time. So, well, you know, when you recognize that you're in that place, just put it down for a minute or take a pause. If you can do it on the spot, take a pause and get lined up. And if you can't do it on the spot, then yeah, give yourself a break from it. I cannot tell you how many clients have told me they were trying to nail down a new sale or a contract or a client. They were doing everything they could think of to make it happen. And when they finally just walked away or let it go or even gave up on it, that's when it came together. I hear that all the time. It's the same story with any subject: love interests, home purchases or sales, weight loss, health improvements, technical issues, job offers, whatever you can think of. It works better when we aren't trying too hard. As soon as we're in trying hard mode, we are working without the power of the universe on our side. So this is a reminder to all of us, myself included, to be willing to let ourselves off the hook for finishing something once it starts to go sideways on us, and instead go wherever it feels better. Look, and I'll say this, I might make it past the first couple glitches when I'm doing something. You know, it isn't the first hiccup that I say, whoa, check yourself, girl. I might have a couple, but if it continues, a smart girl puts it down. That's when I remind myself, don't come back to this until you're feeling better, because this isn't going to turn out well if you keep proceeding with this vibration. Just come back to it when you feel like it, meaning when you're inspired to pick it up again. Anything that lets you get your vibration more lined up with positive incomes is a smart move instead of continuing to bang your head against the wall, thinking something good is going to come from that routine. It can't. It's vibrationally counter. It doesn't work that way. So if it's not fun, if it's not easy, if it's not going smoothly, if you keep bumping into problems, just put it down, check your alignment before proceeding. It's okay to choose ease. It's worth remembering that ease and alignment will outperform force every time, and that it's good for us savvy creators. Do less forcing, more aligning. I hope some of you benefit from this reminder too. I know I'm not the only one who could use this reminder. Thanks for listening, everyone, and happy manifesting.